So this Canadian wants Muslims to take over Europe.
Me personally, I can't wait for the Muslims to take over. I'm even developing the beard. Does that freak anyone out? Personally, I can't wait. I'm sure their system is fairer, and there isn't a bunch of sick, progressive horror going on. Does anyone wonder why the empires of the world have gone so hard at Muslims? They don't involve themselves in usury. Well, there goes the whole financial system right there. There goes the status quo. Does anyone ever think about these things? Does this ever cross anyone's mind at all? No, I'm not a Muslim. But I'll bet you the jizya tax is fairer than the taxes we're paying now, you know? That's what non-Muslims have to pay in a Muslim country.
I want to add something here pretty quickly, which is that a jizya is significantly lower than the money required from Muslims as the zakat. And zakat is the obligatory charity that Muslims pay. They pay to the state, and it's redistributed to the poor and the needy and other people in society who are in desperate need of money. Non-Muslims don't pay zakat. And just to be clear, for people in the comments who are going to ask, what did the zakat do? Nope, it's called zakat with a Z, one word, not zakat. Totally different thing. Every single Muslim who's above a specific threshold of income is required to pay zakat. Now, if you are non-Muslim, you are not required to pay this because you're not Muslim, but you pay something else. Because some people think that jizya is a tax that's imposed on you for not being a Muslim. It's like a punishment for non-Muslims. That's not what it is at all, because Muslims pay more. So jizya is basically a way for non-Muslims to contribute to society outside of the Islamic framework. And in exchange, you get everything Muslims get in an Islamic society. All the services, everything. And also you get to opt out of military service, because in a Muslim society, the Muslim army only fights for Islam, not for some military industrial complex, but for Islam. And since you are not a Muslim, you don't get to sacrifice your life for something that you don't believe in. You see how fundamentally different Islam is from other systems around the world? People right now get paid to fight in wars that they don't even understand, or they get drafted and forced to go and die for things that, again, they don't even understand or they don't believe in. It's happening all over the world, but we will get to that.
You know, the Ottoman Empire ruled Palestine for centuries, and there were Jews, Christians, and Muslims there the whole time. There was no problems. Does anyone think out there, is there anyone out there that thinks, some thinkers, I still see these conservatives ranting about the left and picking sides in wars. It's just retarded. Can anyone think? Is there anyone out there that can think? How is it that a man living in the bush in northern Canada can see the world so clearly? Now, mind you, I have studied for years and years and years and years. A guy came in my comments and he said, he liked my video, but he said, how come everybody is always saying that no one else understands anything and everyone else is stupid? Well, I gotta tell you, buddy, most of the world is stupid. Most of the world can't think. They can't see beyond the end of their nose.
I think people call each other stupid because everybody is stupid at something and smart at something else. So they want to focus on the things that other people are stupid at to feel superior to them. Well, you are stupid at something. I don't know what it is, but you can't be smart about everything. I am stupid at some things. But I think the reason most people choose to be stupid on politics and public affairs is because it's hard to learn and to get to the bottom of, and costly to take a stand on.
I don't buy left or right politics. I don't buy this or that. I don't buy this side and that side. I don't pick teams. I'm on a team. My team is called Living Men and Women. That's my team. The systems of the world, those aren't my team. Those aren't for me. Those are to weaken me. Those are to make me less than I am. Those are to take my energy. Those are to distract me. Those are to put me in a place where I'm looking at them instead of looking to my fellow living men and women. That's what that's for. People got to start thinking out there. Like, seriously. You know, my values are more aligned with conservatives than liberals, but you guys are retarded. Like, you are literally brain dead. You don't see this place at all. At all. Who cares what the liberals are doing? Let them do it. I don't care what any of you idiots do. What I want is for people to think and turn to each other instead of picking a side put forward by the world. The mouse gets caught by the trap because he doesn't understand why the cheese is free. If something's put out there for your consumption, you're the product. If you didn't have to pay for it. Start walking, thinking, acting, and talking like you are the kings and queens of this place, because you are. Stop looking at the world. They don't matter. They need your energy to push forward their agendas. And you keep giving it to them. And while you continue to give it to them, nothing is ever going to change. Wake up.
I'm going to answer his question. How does a man living in the bush in northern Canada can see the world so clearly? Two reasons. Number one, because he's not distracted all the time like people living in the cities. You don't need to be smart to understand the world. You just need to not be stupefied. Everything you're consuming every day is trying to stupefy you. It's trying to make you less of a human, a consumption machine. And the mere avoidance of this degrading process makes you way superior in terms of your thought process to everyone else around you who's embroiled in this system. Even if those people have PhDs, it doesn't matter. They have gone through the process. Now they're brainwashed. We have seen Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is supposedly a scientist, say that there is no difference between men and women, while any illiterate person living in a forest somewhere that's never been contacted by any other civilization even knows the absolute truth about this matter. Not because they are smarter or more educated, but because they haven't been poisoned by modernity. Second reason why someone who's living on a farm in some rural area in Canada can tell the truth and other people can't is that he's not afraid of anything. He's not afraid of getting cancelled. He's not afraid of getting fired because he shared something on social media. He's not desperate for approval from other people. He's self-sufficient. He has his own farm. He does his own work. He's not afraid of getting ostracized by society for saying obvious truths. He doesn't want a virtue signal to people to show them how good of a person he is. He's simply free. He's way freer than a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company who can't share anything he thinks on social media or his life would be destroyed. And people would rather live comfortably with a lie than tell the truth and lose anything. People always choose convenience over truth. And in our day and age, truth is always inconvenient because it's not mainstream. And the fish that swims against the stream has it harder than a dead fish. Most people prefer to be the dead fish. Life is easier that way. Now, this next part really surprised me because we get a lot of comments from Christians on this channel. So let's watch what he has to say and then I will give you my comment.
Meditation, clean food, prayer, fasting, and grounding. These are the weapons that living men and women use to fight the war we now find ourselves in. These are the most effective weapons that we can use. Violence is for self-defense. That's the only time it's to be used. We dwell in peace. We come in peace and we go in peace. If we're forced to draw our sword, which, Jesus exhorted us to own one, it's to defend ourselves against fallen humans.
Wait a second. So he's a Christian and he's not hating on Muslims. He's not acting like people in our comments writing mean things about Islam and Muslims. To be fair, a lot of them are respectful. They just think that part of their Christianity is to, attack whatever we say about Islam. Here's the thing. It is in the Quran that the closest people to Muslims are Christians. Muslims actually are required to be merciful and to be loving and to be respectful to Christians. Like, I expect vicious comments from atheists, like the followers of Sam Harris or something. But Christians are not hateful people by nature. They're just not that. And if you're a Christian listening to this, I want you to understand something. Any Muslim who tries to convert you to Islam or talk to you about Christianity or Islam or anything like that, he does that because he loves you, not the other way around. Not because he hates you or he wants to change you for his own gain. He gains nothing out of this. Have you noticed that this channel is not monetized? There are thousands of channels, websites, mobile apps that are dedicated to preaching Islam to non-Muslims without making anything out of it. Rather, they lose time and money and effort. They dedicate their entire lives to tell you something. Why do you think they're doing this? It's out of love. They want to tell people the truth that they know. And Muslims love Christians. In fact, the vast majority of people who convert to Islam, I'm not sure it's the vast majority, but a huge portion of people who convert to Islam are people who were Christians at some point and they studied scripture and they studied the Quran and then they became Muslim. So if you're a Christian, welcome to our channel. Please leave a comment. Just please be respectful. No need for hate comments. We don't delete anything unless it's really rude. But you can ask questions. You can leave your opinion. You can say whatever. And if you have any questions, again, go to chatandecide.com. There are people 24/7 there ready to answer any question you have. Literally any question. I mean, questions about Islam. We don't know who killed Kennedy. We don't know how COVID started. I mean, everybody does, right? But let's not talk about this. We can talk about Islam, the differences and the similarities between Islam and Christianity. You can ask about God, whatever you want to ask. There is no such thing in Islam. I repeat, there is no such thing in Islam as a hard question. Everything has an answer. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you very much. Please like the video and leave a comment, and see you in the next one.